Howdy folks, welcome back to Out of Ore. In this episode we're going to switch gears a little bit and we're going to be bulldozing. All the big bagger stuff is gone. So what I would like to do is build a road down into here. And I'm going to use an excavator to start hitting some of these spots, at least for a little bit. And then truck the stuff out of here. So that is the plan. I bought myself a big old shiny brand new TX 11000 and we're going to see if we can build a road out of here. It's going to be a little bit of a process, and I think I will go ahead and change the gearbox to the sequential just to make this speed on the dozer a little easier to maintain. And then is it, yeah, F for go into drive. We're going to have to start kind of knocking some of this off. We'll see how it goes. Dozer sometimes is a mixed bag. And I didn't want to push material downhill. So it's going to be a bit of a struggle here, I think. Whee! Let's see if we can even get out of here. Because I didn't want to cover up the good stuff and then have to dig that out as well. Neutral doesn't really matter. She is a slow beast. So I can kind of follow the same slope. It's a little tricky. Especially when you start sliding around all over the place. But if you kind of work around the wonkiness, you can sometimes get somewhere. Sequential gearbox is tripping me up. So that should be plenty wide. See if we can start evening that out a little bit. This thing's a beast. I think this is the biggest dozer in the game. Unless I just missed one in the list. Yeah, we're gonna have to push a lot of material. But I think we'll eventually get a road. So it was a little bit sad knocking all that big plant down, but it was just temporary. Bagger did its job. I had fun with it. Now it's time to switch gears a little bit. Try to hit some of these veins with an excavator, and I might even get a rope shovel down here to hit that face of pay dirt. So I know some people are wanting to see a rope shovel. And I'm up to level 63 now, so I can get one of the really big rope shovels. I think it's got like a 14-yard bucket. So that could be interesting. Hung up on a little piece of dirt. Get this ridge knocked down. Then we need to start just kind of flattening this out. Lessening the grade. That is a steep grade. So let's get ourselves over here. And it gets tricky because the steering controls are backwards depending on which direction you're going. And when it wants to slide backwards due to gravity, it gets a little weird. And even this giant dozer wants to slide all over the place. Yeah, I might have to move my roller. In fact, let's do that right now. Oh, most of the vehicles stop. We'll put the parking brake on. All the wheeled vehicles just automatically stop when you get out. Apparently the dozer doesn't. Oops, forgot. I'm in sequential mode. I was smoothing down some of the lumps left over from the big plant. Oh, maybe they changed something recently. Like the wheel loaders and stuff, they'll just stop instantly when you get out. And it is early morning, so it should keep getting brighter. Yeah, we drifted sideways. See there, normally that I was pushing the key that would make me turn right, but since I'm rolling backwards because of gravity, let's go in the opposite direction. It's just weird. Hey, big bagger. How's it going over there? So I think to get a rock truck out of here, we're going to have a pretty shallow cut, but I don't know for sure. It'll probably take some experimentation to see what works and what doesn't. So this may turn into a whole episode of me running the dozer. Hope you're ready for some dozer action. Goal is to be able to get a rock truck down in there and back out with a load. I was doing a live stream and Brian Jensen commented that the smoke particle effects look like Shrek farts. So it's kind of greenish. So now I can't unsee that. So thanks, Brian. Thanks for that. I had not even noticed the greenish tint until he said something. Get some weird spikies here because the dozer gets pushed all. Look how much it got pushed. Get pushed sideways. Gets pushed all over the place. And I know the comments, you need to learn how to run a dozer, you're pushing too much material. Yes, I'm pushing too much material. But the dozer should stop, or it should, you know, it should spin its tracks. It shouldn't drift sideways like it's a toy on ice. That's all I'm saying. I know you can work around all these little weird things. I'd just rather not have the little weird things. Maybe we'll get there in the end. It's a hard problem to solve. Physics interacting with the voxels. It's not easy. I'm just a whiny end user. I want it to work. Autosave. So I'm going to try to get the road kind of roughed in, and then we'll figure out like approaches and stuff up top. I like about this angle for the road, if I could manage it somehow. No, don't go sideways. Don't go sideways. It's tricky. You got to try to keep the blade down, but then you try to keep the tracks in contact. It's a constant juggling act. How dirty this thing is already. Gnarly. We're getting there, though. We're starting to make a road down into here. We just got to round the top off here. And also wanted to see, I don't know that I can get a bigger rock truck without going to the absolutely giant ones. So we'll do some looking at that. I think the is it the DX60? Is that what I have? I think that might be the biggest rock truck until you get into the huge, like, quarry trucks. Really making a mess up top here. Oh, I missed a wooden support when I was tearing out stuff. Alright, it puts it in park when you hit the parking brake. Makes sense, I guess. Alright, let's see if we can get one more swipe here. Kind of match that contour. Drifting sideways again. Found another wood support. Some of those were buried pretty deep, I guess. It's starting to look kind of like a road-ish as far as the grade goes. I wanted just to cut that high point off, but blade physics being what it is, it went a little wonky. We smoothed it out though. About ready. We'll see if we can get a rock truck down in here. I'm gonna need to smooth up the top a little bit. Oh, it's drifting. I like freaking out the physics sometimes. Alright, let's get this top area smoothed up a bit. And we'll do a test run with an empty rock truck. Might want to run the roller over this a little bit too. So it's raised and it's like 2 or 3 feet above the ground. It's still interacting with it. Makes it hard to do any finesse sometimes. Alright, so if I'm a drive, pushing left goes left. Alright, need a little bit of a ramp to merge in with this level. Little drone up there. Didn't use it for time lapses as much as I probably should have. Just one more thing to keep track of. Yeah, let's see if we can get this middle ridge down, and then I think we'll smooth it up with the roller. I love listening to these things idle, so I'm just going to let it sit there. Alright, come here, roller. It's your time to shine. Oh, right. Let's go back and change this to simple automatic. Most vehicles, that's the easiest thing for me to use. Now I'm going to get some tailings and we'll kind of mark the road. Once we ensure that it kind of sort of works. It's a little tight down in here, isn't it? We'll see how it goes. Alright, can the roller drive out of here? That'll be the first test. Oh yeah, no problem. Maybe a struggle for the rock truck with a load on it. So the idea is I'll fill the rock truck, come up here, take a left, back in, dump, and then head back down. Kind of what I had in mind. This thing gets hung up really easily on bumps. Luckily it has a roller. Driving with the keyboard, so it's a little wiggly. Alright, so somehow we need to fit a backhoe down here, an excavator. Thinking about sticking it like right over there above, kind of between the deposits, but that may be a little too tight. We'll just have to kind of figure it out as we go. Let me smooth this part out a little bit. Where the excavator can hopefully have good contact with the ground. A bit of a hump here. Smooth that out a little bit. Alright, I'm going to go grab some tailings. We've got plenty of those. In fact, if I take that out, we can just take the top off this mound here. Get it out of the conveyors. Don't worry, we've got hopes and dreams holding up that chute. A lot of tailings. Now they got that big dozer, I might actually tackle this and spread it out. That could be a whole episode to itself. Alright, we got that kind of straightened out. Let's go ahead and put that back. We got a bunch of tailings now. See if we can kind of designate a road down here. It's a little tricky. You don't want it to get too high. This should flatten down pretty well with the roller. Give it a whirl. All right, back in the roller. It's not going to be a super awesome road, but it'll kind of designate the path down there. Make it look like it's sort of a road, maybe. Let's go down this side of it. We can come back up the middle. This could use some flattening out as well. All right, back to the top, and we'll make a pass down the middle. We'll see about getting a rock truck down in there. I wonder, I'm about going to have to back down in there, I think. There's not going to be room to turn around. We'll make it work somehow. Little bump here. Where were you, bump? There you are. Let's do that one by hand. Okay, let's try the rock truck. All right, Dozer, I think you've had time to cool off. Give you a break. So what I'd like to use is that excavator and this rock truck. Let's see how that works out. While we're here, I might as well grab some fuel. Hit that with a shovel again. It's a little iffy. So we can either pull down in here and back out, Which might be the quicker option. I'm not sure. And can I park right here and then had the excavator maybe sitting in the middle? Could possibly hit that truck. We'll try that. It seems like I hit a little bump in here somewhere. I'm not sure where it was. You could use some fuel as well. Alrighty, got it fueled up. I'll save you the pain of watching me track this all the way to the bottom of the pit. And I'll see you when I'm down there. Whee! Alright, we're going to go back to free follow cam. I gotta remember how to use an excavator. I don't have my joysticks hooked up. That would be probably the ideal. Alright, so let's track forward. Yeah, so we parked the truck there. Parked the excavator here. We'd probably make that work. Except I am super rusty with the excavator. I'm terrible at the best of times with the excavator. So I will probably get my joysticks hooked up. I might just do a whole like excavator episode. Ta-da! Hey, we got some material in the truck. That's a start. Ow. Nope. Great, now I'm stuck. What am I stuck on? Where are you stuck? There it goes. I couldn't traverse for some reason. Well, that's all the way up. Got it. We spilled. Might be too close to this side. Come on, mouse. Like my brain knows what I want to do, but getting the hands to cooperate. That's the trick. Bonk. Am I too close? Yeah, a little close. So ease up a little bit. There we go. I can grab that spilled bit with the pickaxe. So there's a camera mode. Yeah, I probably want to do like this. No, is it free driver cam? No, I thought there was a... I thought there was a mode that would just follow the bucket. Third physics. we go. We'll do one truck and then probably call this an episode. And I think I'll get my joysticks back out. And we'll try some real excavating next episode. And then we will definitely be getting, in fact, I'll try to remember this episode. We'll go ahead and buy the big rope shovel. And I think I'll tackle this pay dirt face with the big rope shovel. And we'll see. I'm not sure if it's compatible with the rock trucks. I think it would be a little much for this rock truck. Because this excavator, that's the 500D. So if we go look in excavators, the 500D, it has a, let's call it a 5 yard. So the rope shovel I'm going to buy has almost triple that capacity. So we would fill the DX60 in like maybe 2 scoops. But I don't know like how big it is relative to the trucks. It looks like it's pretty big, judging from the cab. This guy is a 40-yard bucket. That's crazy. This has basically a 14 yard, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy that, and we'll plop it down. Let's see if we can get this rock truck up to the dump. I'm gonna gotta smooth this out a little bit where I kind of messed up the hole, and then I got some of this spilled on the ground. So let's pick up some of this iron ore. That smoothed back out. There we go. Alright, can we make it up the hill? Let's find out. I think it'll back right out of here. Oh yeah, no problem. A little steep, but not too bad. We made it. And I could have got that a little fuller probably, but it's already in overload. So. We'll just dump her in the hopper and Bob's your uncle, as they say. There we go. Mission accomplished. We just buzzed right back down into the hole and we're ready for another load. Let's pop out this rope shovel and have a quick look at it. And then we'll be mining some of this ore down in here. I think we'll do that next episode. It'll be an excavator episode. We had kind of a bulldozer episode, so we'll do an man, I can't spit out words today. We'll have a bit of an excavator episode. Not super happy with the way this looks, so we're going to just whack that with the old magic shovel a little bit. Then we'll have the rope shovel up here and waiting. I don't know how big it is. We smooth out a little bit of an area here. It's kind of hard to get a sense in the store of how big they are, but I think it's going to be pretty large. The 14-yard bucket. So that is number 9. Yeah, that's pretty good size. So let's drop that here and it'll hopefully be kind of out of the way. And I need to go buy an orange. I've been putting these bigger tracks on most stuff. I don't know if we need the large tracks. Oh, I got the wrong dozer tracks on the dozer. Let me swap those out. Didn't realize I got the aggressive tracks. We don't necessarily need those. We'll pop that in there. We'll pop that back in there. Just let it run through. Should end up in the tailings pile. Yeah, I put the wrong tracks on here. Whoops. Why is that opening the dozer inventory? Okay. Hello? Yeah, those are working. It's because I had the paint can in my hand? That's fun. New bug discovered? You're holding a paint can, you can't open the inventory of the bulldozer? Alright. Nope, that wasn't it. What the? What was the secret sauce? We have to get in the vehicle and out of another vehicle? No? Is it tabbing that was the secret sauce? Weird. That's the same pattern I went last time. Okay, well, the bulldozer is broken for some reason. So I guess we'll just leave those tracks alone. And then I assume we need excavator tracks. Since this is in the excavator category. I've been putting the wider tracks on everything, just kind of as a theme. So we'll make it orange. Oh, this is considered crane tracks. Ew. Okay, well, I'll keep those for the dozer. Crane track large. There we go. Nice wide tracks on there. Here we go. So I know a few of you are wanting to see rope shovels, so that will be coming probably after the episode after next. We'll do some excavator action with the joysticks. Then I may try the rope shovel in an episode as well with the joysticks. We'll see how it goes. Thanks as always for watching, folks. I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care. All right, what is your deal, bulldozer? Why are you being silly?